looking at, and Danny, you called it the game of the day, a brilliant attack by Nguyen McShane. Let's listen to Luke and his thoughts on the game.
Thank you, Anna. Luke, indeed, congratulations. I usually start with a non-chess question, but I'm sure we all want to know how to crush the so solid Ruy Lopez the way you did. So maybe let's start with the board today and leave the non-chess for after, because you started pushing all your pawns on the king side.
Yes, well, this was the moment when I kind of decided to go for it. Okay, so there's some. Okay, let's have a look. So G5, Bishop G3, H5. Okay, so this is this is already
your preparation or an over-the-board inspiration?
A rush of blood to the head, I would say. But no, it looked quite promising. So I thought, well, why not just give it a try? And okay, H3. I think if White could play H4, but then maybe Bishop G4 first. Mm-hmm. The queen moves away, I don't know where, knight h7, and well, it looks quite dangerous. Who knows if it's good or not, but okay, so h4, bishop h2, g4, king h1.
How are you liking your position? I know that if I were on the black side of the board, I'd be delighted, but how are you feeling?
When he played king h1, I started to get a little bit nervous, because I kind of worried that I might have just screwed up completely. I mean, for example, if I take, bishop takes h3, then white goes rook g1 check, king h8, queen f3, and I don't think it's me that's doing the attacking here. So I got a bit nervous after king h1, but then I thought, okay, well, let's just play king h8 and hope for the best. Well, it's still really dangerous. I don't know exactly where he went wrong. F4, I was kind of expecting.
Remembering correctly, I think it might be when he allowed f5.
Okay. So yes, when I played it, so in this position, actually, I thought maybe the best was for him to play f5, just to lock the bishop on c8 out of the game, because without the bishop on c8, it's going to be very hard for me to develop more play. But okay, I played takes, king takes, check. And I don't know, some move, maybe I just develop my pieces. The queen will come to f8, and I've still got this extra pawn, which is kind of annoying. And the bishop on b6 is still strong, because it stops him bringing a rook to g1.
Also, the knight does a good job, I guess, of defending
exactly,
the king.
Exactly, and also could come to g4 and increase the attack. So I thought, but still, this kind of position is kind of unclear, because this bishop on d7 is struggling to really have a role. So after bishop takes rook f3, maybe it was, I don't know, maybe there was some better way to defend around here, but okay, bishop g4, f takes knight h5 is very natural. I asked myself, what would Kramnik play? I mean, he normally plays these positions very, very well, so I thought, okay, what will Kramnik play?
In hindsight, do you think you got close to replicating the Kramnik style? Because from here, we're looking at it without an engine, but it looked like a very impressive victory.
Well, as far as I know, nothing went wrong. So yeah, I guess so. But who knows? Okay, after knight c4, yeah, this move I think is very strong, and this is where I felt that I was just winning. Actually, you can't really basically if you capture the rook, then white kind of gets some counterplay. But if you play f5, you basically bring both of the black rooks into the game, and then, I mean, all of black's pieces are attacking, so it's really impossible for white to defend. For example, if e takes f6, bishop takes f3 check, queen takes f3, rook takes f6, the other rook comes over, and it's just awful.
Danny has been talking a lot today about connecting rooks and the power of the rooks.
That's what I felt when I played f5. I was very pleased when I found this move. Okay, in the final position, there is just a neat little trick. If white plays, for example, bishop takes b7, then I was planning to play rook h4 check, king g1, and then g2, and the rook is threatening to come to h1, so bishop takes, and then rook g4 finishes the game. So yeah, that was
lovely game.
I'm very, very pleased with the game. I feel a little bit fortunate that it kind of went like clockwork, but well, I'm not complaining.
Well, congratulations one more time. I think, as our commentator said, very likely the game of the day. You're now on 2.5 out of 3, a very good start. How satisfied are you overall with your play in the first 3 rounds?
Yes, quite pleased. But okay, there's a very long way to go, so I'm not, you know.
I have one more question, because something else that was discussed, I've heard different opinions, so tell us, are you an amateur player or are you back to being a professional? What's the verdict?
Okay, well, at least for this part of the year, I'm extremely busy because I will play in the European Team Championships in Batumi. I was in Canty Medzisk last month rather, and the London Chess Classic is coming up in December. So, well, right now I'm extremely busy with chess. So, yeah.
And the final, a final question from me. Despite being English, it's your first time playing here in the Isle of Man, or at least since the tournament was rebooted. I don't know if you played as a child. How come we only are welcoming you this year?
Well, why not? I mean, I mean, I'm very pleased that this Grand Swiss tournament has been created. I think it's a very good initiative, and so I thought, well, why not take the chance to play?
Well, we are certainly very happy to have you here, Luke. Thank you very much. And I think we'll go back. I think Danny has a question for you.
Luke very skillfully avoided answering the question there. Well done about whether you're a professional or amateur. I note that. But when I bumped into you yesterday, you said that you were talking about your win from yesterday, and you had this kind of smile on your face. You were very pleased with that one, and I played through it this morning, and wow, your game from yesterday was superb as well. A very different style to today, but you somehow managed to create real art in your games, actually, in very different ways. It's great.
Well, I felt yesterday I was kind of I felt I didn't really see the best of my opponent. He kind of made a few inaccuracies in a row quite early on, and that gave me a chance to get a very nice position. So I feel a little bit like I've been fortunate a couple of days in a row. Not always going to pan out that way. But yes, it's also nice to play in a very different style. Yesterday was a much more controlled positional game. So yeah, who knows what tomorrow will bring.
I think you're being modest, Luke. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations and best of luck for tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Back to you guys.
Congratulations, Luke.
Congratulations,
Luke.
Yeah,
really nice. Great game.
Beautiful game, and indeed, what a humble, down